Alright, it's time to see what happens when we take the hard disk controller, or what some think is a floppy disk controller, but it's both. The hard disk controller controls both the hard drive and the floppy drive in these models. What happens when we take the disk controller out, we'll just call it that, and leave the CPU in and power it on? What do we see on the screen? We're going to find that out right now. This is board set serial number A17618. It is one of my choice ones to use. It was the CMI 6-head hard drive model, the one that matches the image that we got off the 6-head hard drive model. So there we go. Disk controllers removed. CPU is still in. Power on. See what happens. Alright, look at that. Actually, more than we'd hoped. That's actually better than I expected. So there it is right there. We see the memory check, T memory check, and the boot screen. Now, let's hit the reset so that you can see it count up here. Alright, reset button. Memory check. That's what we see every time we start this up. First time. And there we go. And because it can't, there's no floppy or hard drive to boot from, so it just sits there, waiting for the next thing to do. So, but what we have is a little bit different. We have a little bit more than our friend in New Zealand has with just a CPU board. We have a keyboard. So we're going to unplug the keyboard. You can see that here. We're going to unplug the keyboard, and we're going to try this test again. See what we get. So, reset. Keyboard unplugged. Exactly the same. Okay, very good. Now we should be able to enter diagnostics with the keyboard plugged in. So let's try that. I'm plugging the keyboard back in, and I'm going to hit reset, but I'm going to hold a key down, and I think it's holding any key. Hardware Manual Volume 1, PDF page 42. We see menu mode. The Bootstrap ROM enters the menu mode when the user holds down any key while pressing the reset button on the workstation's back panel, which of course I've moved here to a handy little remote button that I don't have to reach around for. Yeah. Alright. And it shows what messages you get. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit the reset button and hold down a key. Just like that. Just like that. Try it again, holding down the space bar. It works. And from there we should be able to hit B and see what, hit the go button. It goes to L. This is all kinds of menu fun. Let's see what C is. Go button doesn't do much. Anyway, you can play with this. The point is, if the CPU is working and you solve for the video processing, I actually think that this is going to be realistic to deal with. So, but you'll know, keyboard or not, you solve for the video problem when you see this working, and then you know your CPU board is working properly. So there you go. I think we have a good plan here. Beautiful. All right. Thanks for watching. On to the next.